What's going on? What's going on? It's about that time once again. Talk that stuff. Talk that stuff. The Christmas edition. The Christmas edition. Couple of days till Christmas. Only you got a few on the panel. We're gonna rock out anyway. It's 9:22. It's time to go. We ain't gotta go to work tomorrow. At least most of us. Christmas Eve tomorrow. Let's meet the damn panel. Let's meet the damn panel. Up first in North Carolina, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a salute and a welcome to Dap Dunlap.
Peace, everybody. Peace. Good evening.
Up next from Detroit City, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Mike Notes.
What up, though, people? What up, though, people?
And up last from Flint, Michigan, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a salute and welcome to Mr. Raleigh.
What's going on, everybody?
Right now, we're gonna still keep it rocking.
Danger. It's a nigga in the bushes.
What's happening? What's going on, fellas? Let's do what it do. Welcome. Another Talk That Stuff. Is Sunday, the day before Christmas Eve. The eve of Christmas Eve. We got Tuesday, Christmas coming up. Everyone's out there shopping, and I hope so, because it's a madhouse out there. We're just out there yesterday trying to finish up on last minute Christmas shopping, and the old lady tried to shoulder tackle me to get to the bin of SD cards. I want to shout out to the lady. I'll catch you outside. I see you anywhere around here. It's on and popping. Inside. What's going on, y'all?
We say, was it that serious? Dude,
man, these people turn into animals. You guys got your Christmas shopping? You guys ready for Christmas or what?
I don't my mama did our son so I don't buy my kids.
Audio's
Oh my God.
messed up. I can't hear you. Audio.
You said you can't hear me?
Crackling a little bit.
Hold on once.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Anthony Gadget Mems just said liked it is not a word. Reggie Red says, finna is a word. For example, I'm finna leave. I'm already got beat down on Facebook last year for trying to retire finna. You cannot retire finna. Finna is a staple. And if you will,
Finna,
finna,
finna.
as in yonder, all that other shit. So let's say anybody in the chat right now. Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the chat? What's going on, Malik X? Shout out to Malik X. That was a guy's voice you guys heard on the beat I just played. I used some experts from him with his permission, by the way. D-Man Q, what is good? DJ Rec, what is popping? What is popping? We got slots open tonight, fellas. Once a year, you guys want a link? Let me know. I will link you guys in. You want to come on the podcast tonight. We were supposed to be doing the last minute, that's not last minute, but the last bit of the brackets, hip hop brackets we were doing. We started from the West Coast, we went to the South, went to the Midwest. Now we went to New York. Now it's supposed to be everyone else on the East Coast, all the way down to Virginia. Waiting on some people to come in. God, Park the Spark. Don't know where RTO is at. Haven't heard Mav said he'll be back. Besides that, man, we're just in here, man. We're talking. Crazy shit been going on in the world of hip hop. Benzino spoke out today with Flex against Flex and with the whole Flex and Dame Dash situation. And I don't know, man. A lot of this shit, you guys should voice your opinions on this, but I mean, a lot of this I think is based on attention whoring, man. It just seems like
I
every
was surprised
time
it came back up.
Yeah, like Flex
That shit was dead.
Gotta be in the news, bro.
Yeah, that was dead. When I honestly when I seen it, I thought it was just like people posting, people posting old stuff online again. But then I found, I guess Flex went to a YouTube event because Leo Cohen is like the head of YouTube Music or something, and I thought he went to an event and then started taking up for Leo Cohen at the event or something like that.
Right.
I wasn't really sure how it came back into play, and then Dame ain't really said nothing because he's just standing by what he said from the beginning. So I think I'll follow him. I follow his channel on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't click on. I clicked on something, but it was just a replay of what he said on when he was on Combat Jack about 2014 or 15, one of them. He just did like a replay. I guess he was saying like it's nothing new here. I'm just gonna say what I said before, and kind of just he did a replay of that. But I think deep down, like we only know so much of what go on in the industry until we read what's in the magazine. I mean, now it's a little quicker because of the internet, but before we didn't know anything about nothing until it was in the Source magazine or the Vibe or whatever, unless you knew somebody in the industry or close to it or something like that. So, I don't really know. I don't know too much background of the industry outside of what people say.
Yeah.
And and with that, you got to take it at what the person is saying. Like you got to really believe in, you got to, I guess, believe in what that person's saying, and and take it from there. And once you get all the information, come up with your own opinion of it. But I mean, obviously, we know the role that the Jewish community has played in the music industry. Like that's no secret. So
yeah.
I don't know. I guess it depends on how you look at it.
I back then when social media wasn't so popular, you were able to have shit go on behind the scenes, but now it's like everything behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, everything is visible because of A, cameras, B, outlets, to air dirty laundry. From what I'm hearing, Benzino was threatening to release some pictures with Funk Flex in a compromising position. So that's what Benzino was threatening. He's threatening to leak the pictures. And also Fabulous Flex is threatening to leak Fabulous photos, whatever. It's just crazy.
Wow.
And
I mean, this is my thing. I don't know if you guys ever watched the movie Eyes Wide Shut, or I don't know if you guys might remember when Cat Williams first came out during his stand up. He talked about the mansion parties,
things
like that. stuff goes on. You know what I'm saying? And maybe some people get caught in compromising positions because they don't think it's going to be exposed, and you know what I'm saying, or what's going to happen from it. Guys that come from where we come from. Not to say you have to do it, but I mean it's the whole thing that you come from nothing. It's just like the young kids that sign these record deals that they talk about now. Like if you come from nothing and somebody's offering you $250,000, like it's hard for you to turn that down for I guess a more of a moral position on how you looking at things. It's gonna be tough for you to turn 250,000 down. Now you could take that and then and try to flip it. You know what I'm saying? And maybe yeah, I might have sold my soul for this money, but now I'm doing something different later on in life, and I guess it kind of makes up for it or whatever. But yeah, I don't know, man. This is just it's just a little crazy what goes on in the private. And I come across a lot of information just studying,
Yeah.
on what goes on in those situations, man. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of people in compromising positions in the entertainment world. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't surprise me.
Well, I guarantee you back then, a lot of these cats didn't think that this shit would actually, come back to haunt them 10, 15 years later. I guarantee you that. I mean, there's
Right.
no privacy in anything anymore. You got to be an outstanding citizen. Ain't no more. You gonna be in the closet. You gonna get. Too many ways to go live. Everyone has a cell phone. I remember at the time back in like say 2000, 2001. Not everyone had cell phones. People were using beepers still some
Yep.
places. Everyone didn't have. Even when we had phones, we were able to go live. There was no Instagram or Facebook Live and shit like that. So then the camera phones came. Then it started a whole new thing now. So
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if any. I would not be surprised if Flex was messing with trannies, and his man Mr. C was. He had to know something was going on. But it's just like, man, it's like not even music anymore. It's all scandal and shit. It's like, man, I like the music, man. Usually back in the, not saying back in the day, but when a rapper had a beef with another rapper, they handle it on wax. They got on, they made some, they made some raps up, and they went through it. Now it's just like, we can do some Days of Our Life shit. And, where's the music at? So then you got
Yeah.
DJs beefing with DJs. Everyone's beefing with engineers, beefing with engineers, actors with actors.
Hey,
Like,
this movement straight right now.
man,
Yeah. It's really it's really it's kind of surprising, but then I always chalk it up. You're dealing with humans, like
right,
you're dealing with what we are. All we have to look at is ourselves. So, you know, it's just like I said. I think social media is the new grapevine, and what I mean by that is like there was a time when things were uh, just almost stayed in your neighborhood, unless somebody that wasn't from your neighborhood was there when something happened, and then they'll go back to where they from and tell what happened. Um, and things move just a little more, I guess, in that way. But now with social media and everybody has, uh, they can espouse their opinion in real time. Now, I remember a few years ago, just like seeing people air dirty laundry, and this is just regular people. Like this is not celebrities. This is just like people I went to school with and stuff. Like, you going down your timeline and you just see people airing other people out, and you like, yo, like this is crazy. But it's no different than before we had phones, because the person still would have did it. It just would have been more in close quarters versus you
right,
going online and typing your opinion of the person online. It just would have been amongst your family or your best friends or whatever like that. You still would have shared your opinion, but now you just giving it to, I might live in California, you live in Pennsylvania, and I know what's going on, where before I would have never knew you had that issue or whatever.
right,
So um so that's just where we at. Nothing, everything is just like for the public. It's just like there's almost like no privacy. You know what I'm
right.
saying? It's just like everything's out in the open now,
No doubt.
which I think in some instances is good. especially for people that's racist. I rather know, I rather know you're racist than being the closet racist. So I know how to handle you. You know what I'm saying? But for the dirty laundry stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I got beef with somebody or whatever, I'm gonna just keep it with me and that person. Like, I'm not about to go through it with you, then go online talking about how, soft you are, whatever the case may be. Like, I don't know. That's just not how I get down.
Gotcha. Hey, I'm gonna do the sports scores real quick and then get that out the way. Hopefully the panel will start filling up. Here we go. Without further ado.
Let's start with the Lions.
I know, man. I grew up in Pontiac. I'm Detroit and University of Michigan, everything. It's like, damn, man, Detroit. But I think Patricia will be all right next year.
What's going on?
RTO.
Once again, week number 15. No, week 15. NFL stats and scores. Without further ado, what's going on? Welcome RTO to the building. And yes, Patricia will be fine next year. I think the Detroit Lions will be a threat next year, definitely. Without further ado, let's go right now. In the second with 4 minutes to go in the half, it's the Seahawks over the Chiefs right now. They're winning that 14-10. Chiefs running back Damian Williams has 5 touchdowns in the last 3 games. Notable. Moving along. Tomorrow we got the Broncos and the Raiders division rivalry. This game is always good no matter the record. Raiders got 12 sacks this season, the fewest in franchise history. Just a note, but it should be a good game tomorrow. Raiders have beat some prominent teams. Moving along in Tennessee with the Titans hosting the Redskins. And the Titans beat the Redskins, score 25-16. Titans at 9-6. Redskins fall 7-8. Titans at 6-1. They are 6-1 at home this season, 3-5 on the road. Moving along. It was the Chargers and the Ravens. They met up in L.A. The Chargers lost to the Ravens, scored 22-10. If it served this correctly, the Ravens beating the Chargers, this means the Ravens get the division. Hopefully, they will be in the playoffs during their home game, and their opponent will be the Chargers. So the Ravens and the Chargers will see each other again the first round of the playoffs. The Chargers, they didn't mind losing this game. They couldn't have got the division anyway. Chargers only had 198 total yards. So the Ravens, shout out to the Ravens. They have been a great second half team. They are now 9-6. Chargers fall to 11-4. Melvin Gordon's also back with the Chargers. Let me see how he did later. Moving along, the Colts in Indianapolis hosting the Giants. The Colts beat the Giants by 1 point. They beat the Giants 28-17. Giants fall to 5-10. Colts improved to 9-6. There's another team that had a great second half. Colts have won 8 of their 9 last games since starting the season 1-5. I repeat, they started this season 1-5. Everyone counted them out with the Colts. We'll see how they look in the standings. Moving along in South Beach, Miami, the Dolphins hosting the Jaguars. State rivalry game. The Dolphins lose to the Jaguars. Score 17-10. The Jaguars are 5-10. The Dolphins fall 1 game below 500. They are now 7-8. Moving along in Charlotte, it was the Carolina Panthers division game hosting the Falcons, and the Falcons win 1 on the road. This game is meaningless. Both teams under 500, but the Panthers improved to 6-9. The Falcons dropped to 6-9. McCaffrey is the only exciting, electrifying thing on the Panthers right now. They have the most receiving yards by a running back in a single season in NFL history. McCaffrey, the son of Ed McCaffrey that used to play for the Giants and then won those rings with John Elway with the Broncos. Moving along, state of Ohio for the crown. It was the Browns at home. Cincinnati coming into town. The Browns take care of business. They beat the Bengals 26-18. The Browns back at 500, 7-1. The Bengals slide down at 6-9. The Bengals started out so good. Also notable, the Cleveland Browns have swept Cincinnati in a single season for the first time since Tim Couch was their quarterback in 2002. Moving along in Dallas. America's team, the Cowboys, Buccaneers, Tampa, in there to visit the Cowboys in that big old stadium. The Cowboys handle business. They beat the Buccaneers 27-20. The Cowboys have clinched the NFC East for the first time since 2016. A couple of years ago, the Buccaneers fall to 5-10. They are out of any contention. Moving along at Ford Field, it was Detroit Lions hosting the Minnesota Vikings division game. The Vikings, this was a must-win. They got to win out, and a couple teams got to lose. They handle business on the road. They beat the Lions, score 27-9. The Vikings improved to 8-6, one tie. Lions with the 5-10 club, along with the Giants and the Jaguars. They're 5-10 as well. Moving along in Foxborough, New England at home, hosting the Bills, another division game. And the Patriots get back on track after losing 2 games in December. They beat the Bills, score 24-12. I do like that quarterback, Allen, for the Bills. They should keep him behind center, but we'll see. The Patriots won their 10th consecutive division title. They still get the title. Even after people say they're done, they do clinch the title. Shout out to the Patriots for doing that. I know that's RTO's second team. Moving along in New York, the old Meadowlands. It was the Jets hosting the Cheeseheads. The Green Bay Packers march into town. It's cold every damn where up there. The Jets lose to the Packers. Score Packers 44, the Jets 38. The Packers improved 6-8-1. Jets 4-11. This was a meaningless game as well. Devontae Adams had the game-winning 16-yard receiving touchdown with the Packers. We'll see who coaches them next year. Shout out to the Packers winning a meaningless game. They just got to go out with some class. Moving along in Philly, Lincoln Financial. It was the Eagles going up against the 10-4 Texans coming into town. The Texans, one of the hottest teams in the NFL, and the Eagles handle business. They beat the Texans by 2 points. Score, Eagles 32, Texans 30. The Eagles improved to 8-7. The Texans slide down to 10-5. Zach Ertz, Pro Bowl tight end, most receiving yards by the tight end in a single season. He set the records for the most receptions in the season. Shout out to Zach Ertz, my NFC East comrade there. The Eagles taking care of business there, 1 game over 500. Moving along, University of Phoenix Stadium. It was the Cardinals. They come into town 3-11 against the Rams. Rams just coming off that loss. Rams got to win this one. But the Rams already clinched everything, but they still got to have some style out there. They handled business and beat the Cardinals. Score 31-9. 31-9. Aaron Donald, 19.5 sacks this season. That is a franchise record for the squad. Shout out to the Rams. They're going into the playoff looking good. Moving along in the Bay Area, it was the 49ers. Got a couple of Pro Bowl guys there. I think they're tight ends in the Pro Bowls. The Bears, one of the hottest teams in the NFC. They come into town, they march into town, and they beat the 49ers. Score 14-9. The Bears have won 11 games. They're 11-4. The 49ers fall to 4-11. This is the first time that the Bears have won 11 games in a season, the first time since 2010. Shout out to Lovie Smith. Even though he's not the coach there anymore, he was the reason why they won 11 games. First time they've won 11 games since Lovie Smith was not the coach as well.
They thought we were. They were we thought they were.
Right. In the Big Easy, New Orleans, when the Saints go marching in. No, the Steelers came marching in. They came down south to Louisiana to host the Saints. And the Saints with the best record in the NFL, they beat the Steelers 31-28. The Saints improved to 13-2. The Steelers dropped 8-6-1. The Saints clinch home field advantage in the NFC playoffs. Number 1, I don't know who I think the number 2 team clinching in the playoffs in the NFC will be the Rams. But shout out to the Saints for doing that. Best record in the NFL. Saints, Steelers, I don't know the deal with them. I don't know. I think the Ravens maybe got the division. We'll see the wild card set up later. Let you guys know that later. Shout out to the Saints. And that's all for Talk That Stuff. NFL scores and stats. It's your boy. Good luck to you and your teams as the playoffs come around. Good luck to you and your fantasies and all the other dreams. No, it ain't fantasy, Allen. It's NFL Beckham. Sunday mornings at 10:30 with your boy DJ WIDEBODY, Kareem V.I. Williams, and Kareem Cooper. Thank you.
DJ Chris Berman.
And it's Chris Berman. What's up, yo? What's up, RTO?
Yeah, the Patriots is my team the same way the Cowboys is yours.
What's up, RTO?
But
Falcons lost, boy. RTO, boy. You would have thought he was a Falcons fan, boy. He was hurt. He was pissed. He wasn't hurt. He was pissed.
the Falcons lost
in the Super Bowl that year.
Oh man, fuck them.
So let me get this straight. The tuck, that's the thing that got you pissed. The tuck rule, right?
Hell yeah. That's what started this whole Patriots, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Hey, y'all had
that shit started on some bullshit. They won like every year after that shit.
Y'all had a good team that year. That was a good Raiders team right there, bro. You had some vets. You had some young cats. Gannon was serviceable. Y'all had y'all helped. Y'all was the reason behind the Patriots' success, and now it looks like they're back on track now. You know, I tell you what, the Bears surprised me this year. Obviously, the Rams surprised me, but the Texans, they really surprised me, man, because they were horrible last year. From what I didn't really watch I didn't watch any football. I caught highlights, but the Texans came out of nowhere with the Colts. The Colts were dead count.
Yeah, the Colts. The Colts is the story.
Yeah,
no one expected them to do what they did.
Nope.
The Texans, I mean, I seen little flashes of what they could do. They just got injured, I think, last year.
Yeah,
so I kind of expected them. I expected them to do a little something this year, but I didn't expect the Colts to do shit.
Right. Me neither. And, Andrew Luck's looking like what they drafted him for, man.
Yeah.
I like that tight end the Colts got.
Oh yeah.
For the record.
Mm-hmm. Back to the Lions, man. Y'all keep and I'll say this about the Lions, and I'll say this about the 49ers. Y'all got to keep that core together, man. Get you a couple more pieces. Get that line strong. Let Stafford, because Stafford is a dope quarterback. He's gonna have
they throw him under the bus around this spot.
Yeah, Stafford's a good quarterback, man. He's he's done enough to be like, you know what, this guy deserves the offensive line. Let's get him the best line in the league and see what we got, man.
He's too late for that.
Yeah, I think it started when Matt Millen was there, goofing off those first rounds.
Millen was horrible, G.
When we had those number one draft picks, he goofed. Then he did good getting Stafford. Then we got Megatron, but then for a long time we had no running game. We had an assortment of running backs. I thought when we got Reggie Bush, if he could have been healthy,
I thought that was gonna something was gonna happen with Reggie, but it did not what I thought it would be.
And then we never had a second receiver to accompany Megatron, and not until we got Golden Tate. So we just never had a chance to whip it all together. I don't know. And that comes out on the GM and who they drafted. Because when you look back, you look at all these defensive players that we had chances to get when we had those number one picks. That, not to say they would still be around now, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know. Like when we had Sue and Avril, like we had a great D line.
Yeah,
I work with Avril's brother, man.
Oh, really?
His father too.
And then we lost Avril. He went to Seattle, and then we let Sue go. So I don't know, man. It's just sucks.
I got 2 words. Eric Ebron, man.
Ebron, yeah.
Eric Ebron was trash with the Lions. They took him 10th overall. He was a tight end, right? He wasn't as bad as Brandon Pettigrew.
I didn't like him like that though.
But he a Pro Bowler this year.
Yeah, I know that. That's what I'm saying.
For me, it's about coaching and development, because when you look at the Patriots, you look at successful franchises, no matter what strength a player comes to their team with, they're able to develop them around that strength.
Yes.
Right.
And the Lions never really was able to do that. And Dap is right. They never really developed a complementary receiver to Calvin. If they could have got a possession guy, you know what I'm saying, a real good possession guy, like Golden Tate would have been a good fit, but they just couldn't put it together. And then
they needed like a Jordy Nelson or something like that.
And that's the reason that their players, I mean, every one of these players they drafted came to the league with the physical tools to be in the league. But they weren't able to develop their skills and develop them mentally to be able to compete on a world-class level, man.
Yep. The coaching. And,
speaking of developing, go ahead, my man.
No, I think the last time Detroit was cohesive is when we had Scott Mitchell, Herman Moore, Johnny Moore,
97,
Perryman, and Barry Sanders. Like
that was 97.
That was the last time we had some straight cohesiveness.
Megatron could have played a few more years. He didn't really take a lot of big hits. He's a big guy. He just got tired. Like he knew that this team wasn't gonna get anyone around him. He needed a guy like Joe Jarovich running around there with him, man. Slot guy. He just like you gotta keep your eye on him. He's not a number one, but you better keep your eye on him because he will burn you. That kind of dude.
Well, I think another thing too with Megatron is that Stafford because he never had that other guy. Megatron got a lot of looks. You know, like I remember, I would watch some games where 1, 2, 3 hike straight to Megatron, like no check down, no nothing.
That was 1, 2, 3 hike.
1, 2, 3 hike. You know what I'm saying? Like on 3 straight pass joints. Like you know what I'm saying? Megatron, he was getting targeted so much. He had that crazy year when he caught 1900 one year, almost caught like 2,000 receivers. Like he just knew he's 6'5". He's taller than all the defensive guys. They killing his lower body. Like he had to get out of there.
Well, he's like Neil O'Donnell. Neil O'Donnell, I watched him when he was he came to the Jets one year. Neil O'Donnell used to look at Keyshawn from the huddle all the way out to the.
That's what I'm saying.
They wouldn't know he's going to Keyshawn, dog. Like he was so ridiculous.
The damn ball. Question: whose field was the Netherlands? Who really owned that? That was the Jet Stadium, or that was the Giant Stadium?
It was called Giant Stadium.
Okay. And just the Jets just played there. Okay.
The Jets used to play out in beforehand they should play at Shea. They played at, and actually, you know what? The Jets were supposed to get a stadium on the West Side Highway on the water. But the thing with it was traffic, and it was supposed to make some train lines go out and all that other shit because we both got the same year that the Mets got their new shit, then the Yankees got it, then we got our new stadium. We supposed to have our own shit. We supposed to have a dome. I think we were going to have a dome and everything. And the fucking Jets, man, they were supposed to get their own shit. I think the vote like almost got passed or something. But we want them out of there, man. Get the fuck out of our stadium, man.
I heard. Well, I didn't hear. I think this is just. I don't know how real this is, but I seen something about the Raiders may end up having to play in London next year.
London?
Oh snap!
Oh God, I'm crying in the inside.
So what's going on with Vegas? Talk to me, man. Am I missing something here?
It ain't built yet. That's 2020.
Wait a minute. So wait. Okay, so this was supposed to be the Raiders' last season in Oakland?
There was supposed to be one more.
Okay.
But they rescinded their lease for the Coliseum because the city of Oakland is suing them because of the move and whatnot.
Right.
So they rescinded 2019, so they ain't got nowhere to play. So they was. I heard when they were talking about on the news. They was like there was a proposal of them playing at the fucking
with the 49ers.
Not just that, but fucking the Giants baseball team. It was talking about playing there, which will make no fucking sense at all. Like
Candlestick.
Hell, not Candlestick. Candlestick is gone.
They used the 49ers there too, right? Didn't they
the Candlestick Niners just played at Candlestick, but the Candlestick is torn down.
Okay.
They play it wherever the fuck the name of the shit is now, and
Flash on the shit.
Yeah, so I was like, why can't they just play in Vegas, like where the Running Rebels play?
Something. Might as well
I'm
go there.
like, just take your ass to Vegas. Shit, you're already gonna leave. Just go there.
I've always thought
ain't gonna be enough seating and whatnot, but fuck it, that's your fault.
they're gonna lose a lot of bread, bro. But you know what? I think the Raiders are like the Packers. They're beloved teams. The fans own the Packers. Too bad that the Raiders couldn't get that same setup like the Packers did, but as far as the team owning
Yeah.
the Raiders.
The city owns. They own their shit. That's the only team in the NFL with that type of shit, though.
Yep.
So, yeah, they whatever. Yeah, you made that damn choice, fucking alfalfa. So you gotta live with that shit.
All right. Hey, I want to start tonight. Tonight we were supposed to do the hip hop brackets. I don't think that's going to happen again. But I want to ask you guys, what are your thoughts on? And I know it's got a lot of that drama out there, but the 21 Savage. Did anyone see his comments towards the Bone dudes as far as what
21 Savage?
Yeah, 21 Savage kind of got in the mix. He was basically saying,
No, go ahead.
For Bone, as far as you old niggas, instead of always throwing us under the bus, what about y'all, give us some game or something, man? And I kind of agree with him with that, even though I don't know where 21 Savage came out with it, but he was saying you always, instead of always trying to throw cats under the bus. Hold on, let me find that interview.
Cause how did Bone throw niggas under the bus?
And saying basically
he told him how's that throwing niggas under the bus? He said the show improved, the battle them. How's that throwing niggas under the bus? If you claiming to be the best group of all period, then you need to show improve that shit. So I don't see where that's throwing niggas under the bus. You came out your mouth and said that. Well, there's still other groups out here that's way better than Amigos. So how's that throwing a motherfucker under the bus?
I remember I was working this job earlier this year, and the young dude told me Migos is bigger than Run DMC, and I said, bro,
yeah, it's your motherfucking mind.
Like, you know what Run DMC brought to the table, bro? Like, are you serious? Like, I don't even think Migos has sold as many records as Run DMC as of yet. So
here you go.
I'm just like, I don't know, man, but it's no different than when I was in the 80s and I knew nothing about the music my parents grew up on, except jazz, because I heard that a lot. But like all that R&B they grew up on, like, in the 80s, I knew about Luther Vandross and Freddie Jackson, and you know what I'm saying, and Alexander O'Neal, the guys at that time. Like, I didn't know nothing about no Temptations. The only thing I knew about Temptations and Four Tops and stuff like that is like when those infomercials used to come on late at night, and they would be selling like
the jams of the 70s and shit like that.
Jams of the 70s, and it was like I learned about some of that stuff off infomercials. You know what I'm saying? Even when I listened to the Quiet Storm growing up in Pontiac, like they wasn't really playing no Four Tops Temptations, like, you know what I'm saying? So then I had to like do the research on that. There was a time when I used to go buy those. Remember, like early, maybe like late 90s, they started selling those. I forget what record company it was, but they would do like the greatest hit CDs.
Hey,
and they had a Dramatics and Switch and DeBarge and all of that. I used to buy them.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of how I got turned on until like later on I talked to my mom, and then me and her would go on YouTube, and she would just turn me on to a whole bunch of stuff she grew up listening to, and like, the 70s and all of that. But
I'm gonna play what 21 said. Hold on.
Broke nigga. You a young broke nigga and you coming up. That's how I was. I was a young broke nigga coming up. It was pain, it was struggle. Now, if you an old broke nigga, that's just hate. I ain't struggle. Well, it is struggle, but it's hate struggle. Straight up. Grab my hoodie for me. Rapper, an actor, a motherfucking athlete, whatever. And you 40 plus years old and you broke. Don't try and tell me what I'm doing wrong, nigga. Cause Because obviously, whatever the fuck you was doing was wrong. That's why your ass is broke.
I don't agree with that.
Straight up.
But
I'm tired of that shit, man. We tired of that shit.
You saying? What you guys say?
but he is addressing that to Bone, or is he just talking in general?
Going on Lazy Bone and Master P hating the new wave. You just a broke old hater. Don't know who's broken this in that conversation, but
See, this is what we was just talking. We man, tired of talking.
Who said they was broke?
That's what I'm saying, because you don't see a nigga out here on a fucking top 10 billboard don't make a nigga broke.
Wait a minute,
Niggas still
they was
touring
on the
and all
top
kind of
10
shit.
now.
Yeah, I know they was, but I'm talking about now, right now. If you don't see niggas doing shit right this very second, they ain't doing shit and they broke. When niggas don't know shit about fucking touring overseas at all. It's like, how the fuck you know? Who the fuck said these niggas, especially Master P? That don't make no fucking sense, nigga. You need to do your fucking research. If you think Master P broke,
Right.
Master P rich off shit that ain't got shit to do with music.
I'm just gonna say one thing.
This nigga popping on real estate alone. Like, what the fuck?
When you get the counting other folk money, that's when you
Then
lose.
you broke, nigga. Why is you worrying about these niggas' pockets?
I think that's the
Shit is
only way
stupid
they
as
can.
fuck.
That like a lot of these kids, man, they're not. That's what they equate to success is money. Like seeing you
Yep.
pop and seeing you out here, and that's not necessary. Success is dependent on the particular person what they feel success is. But these guys aren't super articulate, so all they know is if you broke, you ain't out here with no money, then like you complaining. Like that don't even make any sense. Nobody knows what Lazy Bone got. I mean, we assume what P has, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's all about the music. You know what I mean? Like, and I would hope 21 Savage hopefully you doing what you need to do so when you 40, you ain't broke. You know what I'm saying? like that's what you should be concentrating on. Making sure, because you ain't gonna be popping. It's like J. Cole said. Like it's ebb and flows in this music. You up right now, you popping. I call it the bell curve. You get up to the top, and while you at the top, you need to learn how to invest and put your money in some different places. Because when you come down the other side of the bell curve, like you want to hope that you can peter out and just maintain your career, because you ain't gonna always be on top.
But they laid the groundwork. These so-called broke niggas, they laid the groundwork so these cats can get money. Back in the day when hip hop and rap was a lot of these, they just showed you the blueprint on how to get money and keep it. So these young motherfuckers is reaping the benefits of what the OGs had to go through.
Exactly. If I could say that, exactly. Like there wasn't, because of what Bone went through and because of what a lot of other artists went through, there was information that was disseminated amongst younger people about what to do and what not to do.
Yep.
So being 40 and broke is a reality.
Yeah, I'm right.
for a lot of people, and it's gonna be a reality for a lot of niggas that he know right now that got diamonds and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just because that's the way it goes. But I do also agree with the fact that a lot of these artists nowadays that's making it to that level, they're spending their money differently. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, back in those days when you had all this residual money and you was trying to do something smart with your money, somebody might try to put their niggas on, or they might start a clothing line like that. These niggas is, what I'm saying? Some of these cats got real true blue teams that's really putting their money in places that's going to continue to grow. Just keeping it all the way 100. Now, you also got some modern niggas that got 360 deals where for the rest of their life, they're going to be paying. They're going to be paying whoever their handlers are. So,
and you know exactly who is, because
it's irresponsible. But I do think it's irresponsible for older cats to jump into it with these young dudes, because The game ain't the same.
don't
They're
know.
not. It's apples and oranges. You know what I'm saying? You got Bone. Bone came up by grinding. They caught Easy Ear and they blew from there. You know, they had a real hot record. Then they made another hot record. Then they made a super hot record. Then they slowly started to fall off, especially after they put their niggas on, Mo Thugs and all that shit. But these niggas nowadays, they doing all they shit. The majority of they hustle. I mean, some of it is in the streets, especially when you in a real popping scene like Atlanta. But a lot of that shit is through the internet, and the shit is worldwide. It's a
Yeah,
different
you
game.
put
It's an absolute different game.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying?
more opportunity that we
Yeah.
cats in that back in the day.
So I like Royce's perspective on it more than I like anybody else's.
What's that?
You know, we got so many reasons to be against each other, and that shit is no more than a continuation of how we've always been kept away from each other. You
Uh-huh.
know, it don't have to be a situation where we making records together, but you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be no nigga that's 27 talking about all you old ass niggas, this, that, and third. Nigga, if anything, you want to be an old ass nigga.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I mean? You might be sitting differently. Your pockets might look different, or you want them to look different. But you got a different opportunity because of these old ass niggas you talking about. So
Right.
I mean, for me, that shit that happened with Tory Lanez, man, it really bothered me. In that it's just a matter of code, like it's a matter of language. You know, you don't tell another grown man to do that,
Oh,
and he don't know you, and y'all ain't talking shit.
That's this era though. This era feel like they can do that shit and get away with it.
cause niggas be on some sensitive shit. Like you can't talk,
Yeah, that
you
too.
can't disagree with what the fuck that a nigga
Nah,
going through. Like if
That
he
too.
felt
RPO.
that you didn't do shit, like then that's his opinion. Like don't get all butthurt about the shit to the point
You
where
can't
tell a nigga
tell
to suck
me.
his dick. Like
Yeah, there is no sensitivity when it comes to that.
I
If,
put it to you like this. I put it to you like this. The game's so sensitive that if any one of us got put on, if any one of us got put on, at some point we could be held accountable for anything that we said on these podcasts. You know what I'm saying? And it
Right.
could be turned
Yep.
into
yeah,
something. It could be turned into something huge. It could be something that oh, I didn't like 21 Savage's first album. That shit could be turned into something. God damn, who is that?
oh my
Huh?
bad.
but yeah, nah,
That
you
shit could be
right
turned
though.
into something huge
You right though.
for no purpose.
Yeah.
Just
I was
for
so.
a fucking opinion, like it's just a damn opinion. It don't make or break you. Damn, it's just a simple ass opinion.
Yep.
Oh, you don't fuck with me, nigga. You don't fuck you. You suck my dick. Like, fuck, nigga.
Wow.
morning, bro.
Yeah, you wildin'.
Yeah, you
You know, I mean, one of the things that when me and Mike went to a networking event like literally like 2.5 years ago, it was right around this time actually. It was about 2 or 3 years ago, and one of the things that they said was people who are in the process of getting put on, or whatever, and it is still to a degree getting put on. They are very careful about what they say about other people in the game.
Right.
Very careful about it. And I can see that. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Because one of my guys, he put up something on Facebook the other day. He said, "Are you if you are you obligated to support somebody even if you don't like their music if they're within the same circle that you are in, or if they're in the same if they move in the same way or something like that? Are you obligated to support their music?" And there was some niggas I was like, "No, if I don't like it, I don't like it." But when it comes to the music business, that person is making moves that you might want to associate yourself with. And I'm just being honest.
yeah.
And that's why you either making music or you in the music business. It's two separate things to me.
I would
It
feel
depends. Like for me, that depends on the situation. Like you said, if y'all all trying to make moves together,
you gotta
it
support.
would probably be in your best interest to support. But you know, you could just be with the niggas and what, like he's just your homie and he doing shit, and like you're not really in it like that to do something. Like you just fucking go to Starbucks for everybody. I don't mean I gotta fuck with your music. Like I'm just part of the crew, but I ain't out here like trying to shine with everyone else.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's PC.
Right.
I think you know, you in a way you have to do that. And if you don't do it, then you know it could be something done in the background where moves you trying to make are thwarted because somebody done put some, you know, put something out about you, and you can't make moves now. Like remember when the Locks was signed to Interscope, and supposedly 50 Cent put the bug and that who's the head of Interscope?
Jimmy
Jimmy
Iovine.
Iovine. And it was like the Locks couldn't drop anything, so they had to do the D Block thing, you know, but they couldn't do anything under the Locks thing. And supposedly 50 Cent had something to do with, you know, them having things put out through Interscope. So it's like, you know, that's how that business is. You know, you say something about somebody and you don't know who, and you know, and then you trying to make a move and it seems like nothing's happening. So in a way, it's like you gotta be PC unless you're really doing everything on your own.
Right.
Listen, I mean, if you move, I don't know the degree to which anybody in here has moved around in their local, their local movement of music or whatever. I don't know. I know I haven't. But from what I see, so much of it has to do with, relationships and supporting each other and this, that, and the third, that I just can't see somebody out here. It's hard to be a critic and a participant at the same time. That's like asking another athlete, like, yeah, how do you feel about such and such? Man, fuck that motherfucker. Fuck his music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't do that shit.
Right.
So and I'm gonna be honest. That's one reason I don't like. I have certain people who are my favorites, and if I don't like your music, I just don't publicly talk about it.
Yeah, that's like the
You know what I'm
best
saying?
thing you can do. Yeah. Yeah. It's like the best
I
thing to
publicly
do.
talk about the shit I like.
Right. If I could say here, if I move locally, I would not. If I had the choice of where I lived at, me to move locally, it would be bad. To me, it would be bad idea down where I'm at to do anything local. It just don't make any dollars. It doesn't make any sense. You know. So I gotta leave. Like, man, it's got to be all on this internet or it's
What? I'm sorry. What you said now? Why about it?
I was just saying about my local situation. It's like not I don't. It's not like-minded or like genre people around that do what I do around here. Which is like I had a choice to to do anything local and I have a choice of where I lived at. It wouldn't be here. To some extent, as far as you supporting certain things, especially if you're in
I feel you.
same type of music.
Who radio
You're building
coming in?
but I'm sorry. I'm in the store. But you're building a platform too. Exactly from where you at, and that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh. So Clark,
Hey, what's good with y'all? Good peoples.
What up?
Clock the spark.
Good. What's good, Dad?
Sorry.
What up, dude?
You don't quit our job.
RTO.
What up, Clay?
We're gonna quit our jobs in 5 years and get out and travel the world, travel the country.
No, ma'am.
What's that Golden State score, RTO?
81, 82, they up one.
Man, yo, they playing a lot of close games this year, man.
Y'all gonna beat the Chiefs tonight, Clark?
Say again?
Y'all gonna beat the Chiefs?
I don't know, man. I just got home, so I haven't even. I just know they're ahead. Halftime is over.
14-10 right now, still.
Yeah. I'm not even paying attention to it.
Boo the NFL. Boo. Boo.
I'm not booing it. It's just
I'm hating on it.
I just don't like coming in. Pause. After halftime, I'm trying to watch the game.
Boo. Listen.
What's up, y'all?
I didn't even know what the Lions' record was until like today. I happened to go past the game and saw they was 5-9.
Yeah, they 5-10 now. Goddamn.
I said, damn.
Hey, I guess Cardi B reportedly turned down Super Bowl appearance in the support of Colin Kaepernick.
Hey, I heard she asked for $1 million.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Shit, for real? $2 million. $1 million?
Beyonce
got $1 million?
Hey, she did?
I heard Beyonce got $1 million to do that shit.
Wow.
And she came out there looking like Black Panthers and shit on your ass. I fuck with Beyonce, nigga.
Yeah, for real.
I fuck with Beyonce. I don't fuck with all of her music, but I fuck with Beyonce, nigga.
That Carter's album kind of dope. Cause it took me a while to listen to it, but it's dope, bro. I like it.
What's that?
The Carter's album.
Oh yeah, that joint's nice. I was banging that for a minute.
Man, I look at Beyonce brand development, dog. Over time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's unapologetically black. Especially how she like ripped up that Coachella. This year came out with the HBCU garb on and all of that. Like
that's one of the best shows I've ever seen, dog. On TV.
What?
That shit she did at Coachella with the band with the HBCU shit. Man, that shit was crazy.
Who the Red Nose Reindeer here?
So let me ask this question. A week later, 2 weeks later, because I know the jury was still out, and I haven't heard it myself. What is the verdict on the Black Thought album?
I liked it.
I don't like it better than Ninth Wonder project, but I like it.
I mean, you don't like the production better than Ninth Wonder, but it was a dope album.
Yeah, I like a couple songs on
it. Yeah, I mean, it was a dope album.
I think when it got to the third song, I started because at first it was kind of slow. I think the third song got me.
Listen,
I was like, okay.
I think the reason I ask is because when it comes to this real shit and this shit that people like, and this shit where it's rap, it's real rap and real beats and all that, you gotta keep talking about it because, man, how many tapes have come and gone in the last 3-4 months?
Man, it's a lot.
Man, I was thinking the other day, like, damn, I haven't even really listened to that Jamla too. I haven't even listened to it really.
No, I didn't listen to it. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff I haven't listened to also. So.
The market is saturated with new music, and it's almost impossible unless you just pick your onesies and twosies and you ride out with them until you finish riding out with that album. You know what I'm saying? Because I really think the Black Thought album, which it was welcomed, and I wasn't ready for a second one because I was still vibing off the first one. So for him to throw the second one in there was kind of like, I got to break, what he did with Knife and actually open up with new ears and listen to his new project. But once you do that, it's a dope album.
Right. I mean, like, I literally have to be. I mean, it's not wise to make music. How do you make music that people will take the time to consume? You can't make club music.
Yeah, once again, as a consumer, it's overwhelming, and it's way overwhelming. So as a consumer, you have to go, okay, I want to listen to the Jamla record and just listen to the Jamla record. You know what I'm saying? Because I find myself, my phone can hold a whole lot of music, so I load it up and I hit shuffle, and I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Get in the car, whatever I'm doing, running. At the gym, I got shuffle on, but there's a time I have to sit back and just go, okay, let me stop. Let me listen to the whole album,
Yeah.
Track 1 and track 2. I mean, track 1 to the end.
Hard to do unless you got a decent commute.
What I've been listening to, I don't know if you heard it yet. I've been listening to Benny album. Like that's where
Whose album?
Benny.
Oh yeah, that Benny was hard. Pause. Definitely. That's the type of shit.
Listening to that, enjoying that.
That type of shit for me. It translates. I can listen to that cleaning my house up. I can listen to that when I'm driving. I can listen to that when I'm walk/jogging. You know what I'm saying? All that.
I still haven't checked it yet.
And I can listen to the whole thing from start to finish too. I care about too many albums. I listen to some of the Conway and the West Side too, but I'm more of a Benny.
I've been on Conway, and I've been on their 2 albums like White on Rice lately.
Yeah, that Conway is dope.
I think Benny is the hardest one out of them niggas though.
Yeah, me too.
Well, he's more. I think he's the most lyrical. I think him and Conway right there. Westside. I think Westside just be on too much weed.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah, he be on too much weed when he be rhyming. But I think Benny.
Hey yo.
Yep, I think Benny is the one. I think Conway is A2, and then and then Westside.
He got punchlines. I'm like, are you serious, dude?
I think I've been on everything Rock Marciano's drop. I've been on Rock Crazy. I've been on the Freddie Gibbs Currency.
Oh yeah.
And this is everything I've been replaying. Pusha T's Daytona.
I played that one.
I was rocking with the Nas joint for a second. I couldn't do the Kanye joint, and I couldn't do the Kanye and Kid Cudi's joint.
Oh, that was the best one out of them. The Kid See Ghost was the best one.
To me, though,
Daytona's the best one.
Kid Cudi is dope. It got some stuff on there.
To me, Daytona's the most consistent album out of what they drop.
It's Sky and Zoe.
Okay.
That dude is consistent every time. I don't care who he's rhyming over.
Who's this? Skyzoo?
Yeah, Skyzoo, my bad.
Yeah.
Skyzoo, I mean,
everything that nigga spit on is gonna be fire.
To me,
that's my guy.
2018, and
so have you heard the Barrel Brothers joint?
What? I ain't heard that.
That was crazy. That came out a few years ago.
Yeah. Oh shit.
That crazy.
Hey, BG, do research on that. That shit slap.
So album of the year. I mean, it being the 23rd. Album of the year, and I'm not talking about the best album. What is the album that you listen to the most this year?
Damn, for me, it's a toss up between Daytona and I think Skyzoo joint came out this year. Everything is love, right?
No, in Celebration of Us.
Yeah, Celebration of Us.
Celebration of Us is that's been on repeat.
I don't know. I'm going. For me, it's Daytona.
And then no, that was last year. Tanya Morgan's joint. That was late. That was late 2017. But I'm still listening to that joint.
Good shot.
I was kind of surprised I was surprised with T.I.'s new album.
Yo, his joint's banging. I listened to that on the road.
It was pretty good. It was actually pretty good. Rocky Marciano.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that's the first T.I. album I ever listened to all the way through.
Yeah, all the way through.
Really?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, you never listened to Urban Legend all the way through?
No.
I never.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I was a snob.
That doesn't surprise me.
I was a snob for a minute. Yeah, straight up. I was an East Coast snob for a minute. So I wasn't, I checked your video out. Maybe if I'm with somebody and they banging your joint. But as far as me going to cop a T.I. album, Like now with with streaming services and all of that, I can go back and listen because I had to do that a while ago with the Eminem albums. I had never listened to an Eminem album outside of the first one, so I had to go back and listen to Encore and Marshall Mathers, and what's the Eminem
Please
show.
tell me, please. You talking about the first Marshall Mathers LP, right?
Yeah, all his first stuff except the first album. Yeah. I couldn't. I tried to listen to his whole catalog just because when people talk about like his place in hip hop, I wanted to have a
full understanding. I got you.
An informed opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to listen to, especially the stuff that they say is classic stuff.
Yeah, you definitely got to listen to the first two, if anything.
And when I heard it, I heard the beats. I heard the same beats. I got my whole little critique of it, but that's the thing I'm gonna do with the T.I. too. Like he got a bunch of albums, and I'm gonna go back and listen to his older stuff.
Okay,
like,
so
I never listened to a Ludacris album.
Oh man,
really? Not even back for the first time?
I never listened to a whole Ludacris album, bro. Like I'm telling you, I was East Coast stubborn, bro. If it wasn't East Coast, I wasn't listening. Outside of your video or something like that.
Same way.
Okay, so
except for like early '90s, like I was in the NWA, Ice Cube, and like King T and stuff like that, and MC8.
So, have you listened to Bad Meets Evil?
Nope.
Do that.
Nope. And they got 2 albums of that. Which one? The first one?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
The second one is not really out yet. We're trying to get that to happen, but. Yeah, that's M and Roy said these niggas was going at it. Like
right.
We re-dropping the album 2019.
Huh?
Well, Roy's album was kind of dope too. I
that would be for me. That would be the album I play the most.
Yeah.
Fucking Book of Ryan. Book of Ryan
that
is
Book
amazing.
Of Ryan's dope. Yeah, that joint's dope. That joint's definitely dope.
Man,
I fucked with the Book of Ryan. I fucked with the Jericho Jackson.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yo, that I ran that back a few times.
Nigga. I ran that back. Black Thought. I fucked with the. I listen to music constantly, so I'm gonna tell you. I listen to the Scorpion a lot. I listen to the KOD a lot.
I listened to KOD like a couple times, and that was it.
Listen,
so you know that shit went platinum, right? Yeah, you probably do.
I listen to the Supreme Clientele a lot.
I ain't gonna cut. I listen to it a lot too, but I had some skipsies, but I listened to that. I listened to that joint too.
I listen to that free admission a lot.
Did y'all listen to Action Bronson's White Bronco?
Nah, I don't really fuck with him like that.
I heard it a couple times and it wasn't bad.
You fuck with Action Bronson?
It's just.
He cool, but I'm not like going out to try to cop an album or nothing. I mean, I heard him. He cool. It's just that's not my first thought when I need to check out this Action Bronson. There's other motherfuckers I need to hear before that.
Kodak Black got his first #1 album.
Yeah, I see that.
Did I not say that? Did I not say that this album was gonna be it for him? That's his album. That's his album. He did that shit.
Huge. That's huge.
He
rapping or is he
for real, babe? He gonna do the Shaq dance?
Oh, he raps now.
The Shaq dance, you know that dance he be doing.
With the shoulder.
Think about no damn Shaq.
And the girl. Say it with your chest.
He look like you was doing the icy hot dance.
I don't know nothing about that shit. I'm doing the main shit that I do.
Damn, God. Calamity Jane in that motherfucker. Oh, hey. No, but that's good, man. Kodak Black is a throwback artist to me. A throwback Southern artist.
So I don't know if you heard what I was saying, but when I listened to that, I got feelings of listening to like an old BG album.
Exactly.
It gave me that same feeling, like lyrically, nah, he ain't all the way there. I mean, it's like I can deal with it. But it's not. It's just getting past his mush mouth shit. But I mean, I heard a lot of that shit before. Huh?
Kodak Black or Kevin Gates.
Oh, Kevin Gates all day.
Oh no, I ain't know.
Kevin Gates.
That ain't even another fucking debate.
Kevin Gates or Trey the Truth.
I think I might be a
Trey the
snob,
Truth
bro.
all day. Come on, bro. Stop doing this, Wallace.
Trey the Truth.
Might
Devin
be.
the Dude.
Maybe with that.
Wallace, why you playing, man?
What
Trey the Truth for Devin the Dude.
Devin the Dude, come on, what kind of question is that?
Devin the Dude or Big Mike?
Devin the Dude.
Big Mike? I don't know who Big Mike is.
Devin the Dude.
Big Mike is?
Ghetto Boys, Big Mike?
Devin the Dude all day. Devin the Dude all day.
Big Bella Beezy, man.
Devin the Dude or Willie D?
Why you playing, bruh? Why you playing, Wallace?
We doing Houston, huh? That's my
More because I'm gonna say Devin the Dude because I like the style, the smooth shit. But Willie D is a fucking beast. But I would get more than one thing with Devin the Dude.
Who is it?
I never listened to a Devin the Dude album.
Oh man.
Wow. Oh, you're definitely tripping.
I listened to it, but
It's okay, Dap. It's okay. Me either.
He's saying that because Dap ain't by himself.
Yeah. Clock over here playing.
Hey, if you ever was to get in my car, that would probably be the first thing I would.
I was listening to Jay Dilla. I'm trying to find a sample for this joint he had. It's like it's Motown beat tape. Oh my god, this beat was good.
I'm out.
Beat was amazing, man.
Stop.
Hey, listen, if you want to understand Devin the Dude, what you do is you go and you find his album called To the Extreme, and you listen to that.
I heard that one.
That's Devin the Dude.
Was that the last one?
No.
Oh, good. Come on, man. Y'all got to make these fucking layups, man. God
I know which one you talking about. Okay, that's with him on the front with him like dancing a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big Stacks, what's up?
Oh shit!
I finished that semester, man. That's Stacks. Oh, a Stack
What's going on?
Man, that's 7:20 to 10 on Monday nights. It's kicking my ass. That's why I stopped hanging out. Monday was a long day. 7:20 to 10 class. Like, nah.
Stop, wide body. Stop it. I hear you over there.
I can't hang out.
Big Stacks, ladies and gentlemen, this came in the building.
Yeah, man. Like, class is over. Monday class.
Oh my god.
I can't hang out.
Wide body over here fucking around. Being real dirtbaggy.
Dirtbaggish.
I survived.
How you doing, man?
Nah, it's not ish, just E.
Better,
What was
man.
that semester, Stacks?
Stats. So one took an F and the rest of them did fine. That's how stats is. Master's level stats. Some people just don't get it. They don't get help. That's the weird part. Like come to office hours. Need the end copping, please. Like, hey, shit, it's December.
Get the fuck away from the ref, dude, before you get a T. You didn't make this nigga trip and shit.
I'm turning in grades, bro. You know, please the cop.
They just don't need to be trying to make it F.
Exactly. Yeah, right. Come to office hours. You came at the end failing. December, dude. December. There's no help now. It's done. It's a wrap. Why even take the final? You're gonna fail. I mean, it's like.
Hey, listen.
Well,
my
good
rule
defense.
is this. My rule is this. I don't negotiate with terrorists, college students, or kids.
Nope.
Come on, this nigga about to get a T, man. Stop
right,
bullshit.
you get that F. Who
that is?
There's no excuse for not trying, man. I mean, coming to get some help.
Yeah.
I mean, really?
All right. Hey,
Of course. Why did I get that right?
I got
That's all ball.
Each one of you guys on the Grammys committee or the Academy, whatever, you're on the Music Awards committee. We're all sitting here. We got a choice. We got 3 albums that we have to pick. For each person, gets 3 albums to pick.
He got a T.
Top the album of the year. You guys, we got to vote on the album of the year. 3 albums you get. We got to be reasonable here. Out the window. Personal
What do you say?
preference.
What'd you say is out the window?
Personal preference is out the window. We have to be as well as
I got a question. I got a question with personal preference because everything is personal preference. So what am I going by if I'm not using my personal preference?
Stats, popularity, who's hot,
numbers.
Yeah, just
But
straight
who's
up
telling?
numbers.
But who's telling? Who's yeah? So it's pretty much numbers. Because like, am I supposed to listen to Rolling Stone tell me what's hot? Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, you got other outlets. DX. I mean, hip hop.
Now, is this hip hop or is this just music in general? Because it's gonna be some shit.
I say hip hop right now.
Yeah, because I'm like, it's gonna be some shit that I don't know about.
Top 3 albums. I mean, just in your what you know.
Top 3 albums.
Top 3 albums. You gotta
album of the year.
Album of the year. Top 3.
I got mine. I know what mine are.
This year?
Yep.
I got mine.
You said they gotta be hip hop.
Hip hop right now.
I don't know. I don't know what my third one is. I got 2. I just don't got the third one.
That's tough. Gotta figure out what.
Well, I gotta throw that out there because that shit went platinum. I got 3 now.
I got 3.
I'm absent.
That don't count though, Wallace. That shit just came out.
I wasn't gonna use that shit. Come on,
Oh,
dog.
I thought you were throwing clues out and shit.
Oh, that beat is crazy though.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
What I pick?
You ready?
Yeah.
Cardi B, the whatever her name of that damn album is.
Mm-hmm.
Invasions of Privacy.
That Cardi B album was nice. I can't front.
Anderson .Paak shit. Oxnard.
Oxnard? Yeah, that joke.
And J. Cole shit because it went platinum.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what was the 3 you said?
Oxnard, Cardi B's album, and J. Cole.
Who got one?
I'm like, if that bitch went platinum, then it had to do something.
I'm taking the F on this one.
Especially in this day.
This shit.
Because I really like I don't keep up with all that shit no more.
I don't know either. I never listen to Cardi shit, but I just know it's Cardi and she hot. So
yeah,
and that's just it's already in the category. So I mean, it's got to be doing something.
Got a whole bunch of freaking Facebook and Instagram feeds. I can pick them guys, but
good shot.
All right, my three is J Rock, that Redemption.
Yeah. All you do is win. Win.
I gotta put that Nipsey Hussle on.
Hey, that's a good
I
choice
still need
though.
to listen to that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know I need to.
That nigga is winning right now, man. Nipsey.
And my third one got to be that J. Cole. I think J. Cole is gonna be on everybody's list, so I think he's win.
I mean, the fact that the nigga went platinum, bro, like in this day and age,
that ain't got nothing to do with my pick. I wouldn't. That's not the reason why. I listen to J. Rock album more than I listen to anybody else.
Yeah, I fuck with Redemption. Redemption slap though. I fuck with that album for real.
That's just what I like.
Yeah,
that's
feel you.
I
feel you, Mike. So if you like that, then did you listen to the Reason joint?
No.
Nigga, oh come on, bro.
No.
If you fucking with that, then you gotta fuck with the Reason joint too.
Yeah, the Reason is cold.
I saw that video. Honestly, I saw that video with him. I think he was in jail or talking about something about in jail or something. I thought that was, it made sense. I heard the album. I couldn't tell you nothing about the album.
Yeah, that should go.
All right, I got my 3.
All right, go ahead, brother.
I'm gonna say Scorpion,
Damn, fuck, I forgot about that. Yeah.
You talking about Drake's joint?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I forgot about that. I would have chose that over the fucking Cardi
one
B
long
shit.
song.
I wouldn't have.
Nah, I'm not picking one long song.
Scorpion. I'm gonna say Meek Mill.
I mean, Scorpion got a goddamn meme made out that shit.
Meek Mill. Okay.
Meek shit was
I'm
dope
gonna say
though.
Scorpion. I'm gonna say championships
And what else?
Kids See Ghosts.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know that was my shit. I love that album, dog.
But not personal preference though.
But I'm saying, I think that you're gonna find that Kids See Ghosts is probably in a lot of critics' top 10 rap albums too.
Over the Pusha T joint?
Over the Pusha T.
Even the controversy?
Yeah. Yeah. That was to me.
Hey, I wish I would have fucking said Scorpion because that's definitely on the list.
I'm trying to think, man.
Right.
I'm gonna say Pusha T Daytona. The Carters, Everything Is Love. And oh no, that's not rap. You talking rap, right? Oh, okay, that's rap.
Yeah, he was rapping all over that shit. If it's got Jay-Z in it, then it's rap.
Yeah, I ain't know. I don't know how the critics is gonna put it. And the third joint, I'm gonna do the Cardi joint because I listened to that Cardi joint a few times. I can't front on that Cardi joint. Like I don't know who's writing for her, but yeah, I love her. Like she reminds me of like Kim and them back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like she just like how she ride the tracks, man. Like she just reminds me of Kim and Foxy.
Is that Money record? Is that on Invasion of Privacy?
No, I think that's a new single. I don't remember that being on the album.
They ain't even on Invasion of. Damn.
I don't remember it. I don't remember it being on there. I don't think it's on there. I think that was just like some new shit she dropped.
Did you see the video?
Nah, I know it just came out, but I ain't see it yet.
I want you to take some time, brother, and stop and watch.
Is that the video where it's like one chick on the pole and like she's standing on somebody too? Yeah,
it might make your day. I don't know.
I seen the still of it, a picture still.
Oh yeah, Cardi is she's starting to get refined.
Yeah.
Like her handlers and her people, like she's really becoming kind of comfortable in that slot.
Mm-hmm.
She more than just.
Only thing I like about the
like a rap.
I'm sorry for cutting your wisdom. Only thing I don't like about the Money joint is to me she sounds like Nicki on that joint. And I know they both got the New York accent and all of that, but she sound like Nicki. My bad though.
Can I say this though? And I know I'm kind of crossing up what I said earlier, but I listened to Nicki's project this year. And I never really had really strong feelings about a Nicki Minaj project. Never. I never felt like she made that seminal album that just touched a lot of people.
Shoot. I'm gonna go with a celebrate. Well, are y'all doing popular stuff? Cause I got underground joints I like. Whether or not in celebration of us and Jericho Jackson.
Yeah, Jericho Jackson's dope.
Evidence, El Zion Crisis in the
you like that? Okay.
I love the Evidence album. But I loved it. But I only heard it one time.
And the Sky Zoo joint, of course, in celebration of us.
I was killing that Sky Zoo joint. That's my guy anyway.
Me, I would go Fever for Black Milk.
Black Milk.
Yeah, Fever dropped this year too.
It was Fever 2018?
Yes, it was, sir.
Damn.
Some great records.
That shit must have came out like February.
It was early. It was like March, I believe, sometime early, first quarter, calendar year 18.
Yeah, but y'all gotta check that Master Ace and
Oh yeah,
that's dope. No, that's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope. That shit is dope.
Too. Yeah,
that shit is very dope.
Crazy.
What the Master Ace and Polo?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shoot, the Benny joint out that came out this year too, right? That's dope.
Yeah.
Tana Talk 3. That joint's crazy. 2018 was a great year, man. Honestly.
Yeah.
Well,
I think who had the best year was Rock Marciano. He dropped like 3 projects plus some instrumentals. Like I think he had the craziest year on I mean not on a major scale, but just on a scale of dropping music, man. He dropped like 3 projects, and he did a joint project with DJ Muggs,
but
from Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
And then Dave East and Styles P dropped Beloved.
That shit was hard too.
Oh, I gotta listen to that. I haven't listened to that.
Styles P freaking dime bag joint was crazy, man.
Yeah.
Exile dropped the joint, but that was just straight beats.
God damn it.
Yeah, that made the Butcher's nasty. Oof. Right.
Yeah, Benny the Butcher put me in the mind to like listen to that Mob Deep Street music, just straight street music, bro.
It's dark and grimy. This
God damn it.
Bad mood shit.
Yeah. When I came up on the block, we had to pull it. I'm like, yo, he just be going in on the game.
And them tracks is just.
I got a prediction. I got a prediction next year. I just think music is. I don't know, man. I'm just getting really tired. I tell you what I'm tired of. I'm just tired of I'm just gonna say it, man. Tired of some of these old cats, man. Just stop. Okay. We already know you don't like trap music. Okay, cool. Make your own shit though. Shut the fuck up. There's outlets and stuff you can put it out on. That's not making anything better by doing that. And these cats are looking to us for guidance and shit. We're not giving to them. We're fucking throwing them under the bus.
Are they looking for us for guidance?
If they are, and some of them say that. I know your man was saying that.
We all remember being that age, and you couldn't tell us shit. You know what I'm saying? You had that ego, man. 2021, you was on top of the world, ma. You know what I'm saying? I made it. So I remember, older cats trying to tell me something. Well, granted, I had a couple more miles to feed, so I kind of listened a little bit more. But you just imagine being back out there, knowing what you know now, and just being 2021 single on top of the world, bro? You ain't listening to shit.
Yeah, you couldn't tell me nothing, man. I was wilding at that age, man. I'm glad to be alive and shit.
Yeah, it's just a stage. Now we're here to where we can offer advice, and then we're looking down at these cats like, why they ain't listen? Because nigga, you didn't listen.
Crashing cars, drunk, wilding.
So I think it's just
chicken chasing, kind of shit.
It is what it is, man. Like you said, man. Yeah, it makes no sense for us older guys talking about the music today is trash. Well, the music today ain't for us. You know what I'm saying? So just do what you did or do what you do and just put it out. We're adult contemporary motherfuckers now.
Well, that's what made me even do a project. I wanted to do some shit I wanted to hear because I hate the shit that's popular.
Exactly. So just do what you do and just put it out.
Something you want to hear.
Just put it out. Stop making this shit is trash. Hey, it's trash. Okay, got it. Boom. What you gonna do about it? Ain't nothing. Hey, the little kids love it.
Right.
Across all freaking races. These jokers is loving this shit.
Right. And Clark, man, and that's another thing. I know we talked about this, I think, last week. I'm getting a lot out of some of these Facebook groups, man. I mean, everyone damn thing, and then they get now you have the license to talk shit about. I don't care. Trap music is, we know what it is. Okay, let them do their thing. You like you said when we was younger, nobody was trying to hear that shit. If they love it, if they like it, I love it, man. I'm cool. It ain't my cup of tea, but I'm not going to degrade it. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm done.
But but as adults though, but it's still up to us to provide an alternative for the youngsters. You know what I'm saying? So like my kids grew up in the house, like I grew up in the house. There was music all the time in the house. My oldest daughter loves the Silvers to this day because you know why? Because I played it. You know what I'm saying? Their song, when my youngest one, hey daddy, hey, you got any Q-tip shit? Oh hell yeah, here's the entire folder. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to us to provide an alternative. And what's happening is, and I'm making a broad assumption on this, a lot of people are not getting that alternative. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is hot, this is cool, blase, blase, but hey, somebody in their chain has to be the responsible one to go, yeah, this is cool, but hey, let's talk about what you're listening to. I mean, my folks did it. My dad did it. Even though he gave me the record, you know what I'm saying? And I'll play the record. He'd be like, don't let your mama hear it. But he will sit down, we'll be driving and he playing it and shit. I'm laughing in the car, trying to not cuss in the middle. And then he would talk to me about it. How's that make you feel? What do you think they were saying? And I used to get pissed at it, I'm like, damn, dad, it's just fucking music. But but what he did was open my eyes up to all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to us. Each one teach one. We got to teach the youth.
Right. Damn right. And my youth, I hung a lot in my neighborhood. There was a lot of older heads. So I got to see how they handled their business. And, I was, I could hang out with the older kids and shut the fuck up, which I did. And I see how they operated, man. And, how they went through and navigated through shit, man. I think I was a leg up when I got to that age and stuff, I learned that, not everything game all the time. And the most important thing I learned is timing with things. And there's a time for this and there's a time
for that. Yep.
That's what I got from that. And a lot of these kids, being that a lot of them are there, they're already, their egos is out the roof. They're not going to, throttle down to take advice. I always looked at it like, man, I would love to hear someone's testimony on the shit I'm about to go against of somebody that has went through it and how did they come out of it and what scars and shit did they get from it. To me, that's a gold mine, but some people don't look at it like that, I be trying to tell them. I told my son that.
But see, parenting's different too, though, man. I think they were more, maybe I'm reaching a little bit here, broad assumption, but there were a lot more intact families back then too. 16-year-olds having kids when I was a kid. I mean, most of them were grown people, and dad was there to lay them hands on you like Benny Hinn when you were wilding. So you learn respect for the elders. So you got smacked up in the crib. Now, it's just Nana or Mama, and they're not making you respect.
Or you the 16 adult in the house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're making adult, decisions at 16.
Right.
So
let's go, bitch. All in your shit.
My mom
No, I didn't even get on our horse.
I know we've had this conversation a lot.
Yeah.
During this podcast, but I just don't see the generational differences like I used to.
Okay.
My kids do. I took my kids to see the Spider-Man movie today, the new Spider-Man movie.
Uh-huh.
And I had seen all of the ads for it, all of the, I heard about it and I read reviews for it and this, that, and the third. And I think about like my pops. And my pops wouldn't have gave a damn. Like he would have been like, oh, you want to go to the movies? What you want to go see? I don't know nothing about that. Like, I'm completely concerned with other things instead of understanding what's going on with this movie. That we all have access to the same information, and I think that to a large degree.
Oh, let's go.
I think that adults are kind of immature, and I count myself as part of that too. I count myself as part of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a good thing.
No,
I'm not saying adults maybe it's adults in general. I know I just look at myself and be like, there's some things that I do that my dad didn't do.
Man,
my dad was
same shit, bro.
My dad was work. I mean, he did come like to the musical events and stuff like that. So dad was involved in the extracurricular stuff. That's one thing I give him a lot of credit. Shouting him out because he was big on pushing, the art and stuff. And he surprising to be a black man, he was very much kind of a dreamer and pushed us to pursue stuff that wasn't tangible. Because a lot of times the generation was like, you just need to get a job and get all that other shit.
Yeah.
He was open to trying the artistic thing. My mother wasn't. I mean, she wasn't the supporter there, and so that's why it's funny. I couldn't shout her for that because she didn't support it. Mom wasn't even into that. She was like, "You wasting your time making that noise. You need to worry about your school." And so it's like, so he was the supporter. It's funny. It was like reverse roles. You think mom would have been the softer one, but nah, Pop was very much into the artistic kind of what Mr. Wallace is saying. Like, yeah, that he was more open to that. So he actually grew up with us. He was a young kid, so he would play the video games with us and stuff. He didn't have a childhood. He had
maybe it's economics too, Pat. Maybe it's economics. My pops worked in the plant. My mom was a bank teller, so they worked for everything that we got.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yep. Right.
So they ain't had time to focus on some of the shit that I focus on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, just real
Good
shit.
point.
I left a lucrative job in K-12 education because I wanted to take a risk to go to the next level.
Yep.
It's no way. My parents couldn't understand or see somebody doing that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, nigga, you mean to tell me you giving up the chance to make that money? You out of your mind?
Right.
I remember
like most of my friends.
I remember my dad and my brother got into it one day. My dad worked in the plant. My brother started working in the plant, and my brother would, not work on some of the weekends, and he would go out and he would hang out. He would do this. He would do that. And my brother just could not. My dad just could not understand that. Like, you mean to tell me they paying time and a half on the weekends and you ain't working? Like, what in the fuck is you thinking about?
All right.
And you know what? And you know what I'm gonna say? It's funny. I think that's also a big problem with that generation, and it probably got my dad too, because he actually would overwork and do extra stuff. That generation didn't really thrive on well-being. They thrived on substance. They were very much extrinsic,
right?
Because they weren't raised. They were raised to work. They weren't raised to relax and think about their state of mind, their well-being, like we were. And so, right, like I laugh, about having a lawn service. My dad's probably rolling over in his grave. You ain't doing that yourself? No, that's 3 hours a week I can save and rest. It's worth whatever I pay him, because it's like that's rest. I mean, I work all week. Like, nah, I ain't getting out there doing. I don't have sons like him. He has sons to do his yard work. Right. How many sons, man? I'm not doing it.
Me and my wife were raised differently. My wife her dad was the sole guy in the house. Like, her mom would work little jobs here and there because she wanted to get out the house, but her mom was a homemaker. My parents both went out there and they got it. Like, they came together to work and get and knock out this mortgage and knock out the bill. So that's how I was raised. So we always sometimes butt heads with them. Like, listen, I wasn't raised like that. Get your ass up and get to work. Which I ain't never had an issue with that. But our as far as how we raised our kids is like, I think it's 2018. This ain't the 50s and the 60s and stuff. And got a daughter. I want her to, I was telling her, I don't ever want you to feel that you gotta depend on a man to make a man validate you. You know what I mean? You're already validated, and don't, get yourself in a position so you don't have to depend on no man. And if you don't want to be barefoot in the kitchen dropping babies, you don't have to. If that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do. But don't feel like you're obligated, and that's your path and stuff. You know what I mean? And I just think of how many women that came up back then that had, probably enough sense to become senators and congressmen, but they were raised with saying, hey, when I grow up, I'm just going to have these babies and be making meals every night and shit like that. So that's a new day and age now. So it is.
And my problem with the extrinsic lifestyle and all that hard work, which I again, I respect it because that's what we were raised on. But I think that also led to their early mortality too, man. They never rested. My pop worked 2 jobs and would do like work on the house and all this other stuff, man. It's like he never sat down, like and that probably killed him. Yeah, that generation didn't rest at all. What rest?
I feel, man. Listen, I feel guilty. I feel guilty at the like when I'm here and I'm here with my kids, and my kids is just watching TV. Or they just, I feel like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I don't want my kids sitting up watching YouTube all day. I don't want because I got a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old. I don't want my kids sitting up doing this and doing that. I want my kids to be active and doing this and man, I be thinking about my pops, man, on Saturday. Man, my pops used to be in the bed. He would lay in the bed all day. He might get up at noon and cut the grass or facilitate niggas cutting the grass.
Right.
But other than that, man, he'll be in the bed. And if we get too loud, he get to cussing.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yeah, there wasn't
no
like, hey, relaxation.
Can we go over there in your house? He'd be like, after a while, and that'll be the end of it.
Mm-hmm. My dad.
You know what I'm saying?
My dad was all into yard work and shit too. Like we lived in some crazy places and we've lived in nice areas, we lived in the bad areas. And one thing my parents used to do, if we lived in the good areas, they would make sure the yard was, because they'll be like, well, the first thing they think you're going, your yard's going to look all messed up. You're going to have all kind of cars sitting in the yard. So they really that was something my dad and my mom did together. Like they would plant tomatoes, shits, you know what I mean? And, but, even when we was in a bad neighborhood, make sure that the yard was always presentable and shit. Cause, they looking for you to, it helps in, the community out, man. Then they meet, my parents always had neighbors that were like, they were like close to because they were so outgoing and sociable and shit. They used to have all kind of crazy parties. Especially when my dad was in the military, man. I remember being a little kid, man. All the kids would come over and we go to one room and shit. And the rest of them, they just be partying, man. That's just, from what they come from, man. But yeah, man, like I kind of, I'm glad that I got to, because, I know some people that, are antisocial, man. They don't come outside. They don't, socialize with anybody. And that shit spreads on to their kids, man. The kids become that.
So consider the fact that when you look at these young rappers, just to bring it full circle, when you look at these young rappers, they could have came up in houses with both their parents. Some didn't. And so when they get this material wealth and all that, it makes them feel invincible.
Yep.
Yeah,
but every one of us sitting up here, to a degree, we came up with our pops in the house. To a degree, I think. Yep. I'm almost certain. So that's a big difference, man.
Yeah, Big Bill didn't play, man. I'm here because of that man.
I had my father in the house, but my father didn't have. My father's father died when he was 5. So my dad, he was a kid of 12. He was like the 3rd or 4th youngest. Me and my dad figured. I see this now. Me and my dad figured out how to coexist together because my dad knew shit about parenting. He was a militant guy. He was really cool, man. Like everything was black or white. And towards the end of his life, a lot of he came like one time and apologized to me. Like but I told him I appreciated him doing that to me because I think he made me. He made me make sure I took care of my business. The way he went about it, I think after when you get older, you get softer. Like with the grandkids, like man, I see my son and how they interact with my dad. Like man, I would have never got away with that, man. Y'all got it good now, because
but that's what they knew.
Man.
And then they made, just like we have. We know a certain way based off of the way our parents brought us up, but then we made changes.
Yeah.
Like my parents made changes based off. I mean, my mom swung that belt like a mud, boy. My mom, my mom's played basketball and softball. My mom was athletic, so she used to swing that belt. Pops did it because his when he grew up, it crossed that thin line between punishment and abuse.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So he kind of spared it. He used to fuck with our heads and shit. I would rather my mom just come in there and wail on us for about a couple minutes versus you know, my dad come up with some crazy punishment shit that lasts a month.
I don't know. I ain't like my ass whoopings.
Hey, you know what? Hey, I would deal with that. I would go in there and be like, hey, man, because we used to get punished. I'm like, damn, Mom, can you just beat us, man, and get it over with?
Time served and everything.
Yeah, time served, man. I gotta sit on punishment for 30 days on this shit. And you know, and then we were social kids then, so everything revolved on outside.
Yep.
And
Get
if
outside,
you
get out
took
the house.
if you took that from a kid, bruh, I didn't want to be in my room. I wanted to be outside.
Yep.
Because everybody was outside. Everybody was outside.
Yep.
So he knew his, hey, you're grounded in your room. Go. Oh, hell no, man. I mean, that was like going to jail.
Right.
Beat me, and then I go outside and let them make fun of my whelps because I know some of them going to get them in a minute anyway because we all out here acting foolish. But hey, but you know what? Hey, I can't take nothing away from what my parents did because I believe they did an outstanding job with what they had.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still here. I'm not in prison. You know, I'm, you know, semi-successful. You know, I'm not living with them.
Right.
You know, I ain't
God bless them.
Yeah, you know.
Well, they made men, man. That generation made men.
Men, yeah.
Bro,
you know,
they made men
being
back then.
the
What they
oldest,
doing now?
so a lot of responsibilities fell on me, and you know, like you were saying, wide body. So my dad, you know, as he got older, he was like, I kind of, you know, want to apologize for. I say, Dad, that showed me responsibility.
Hold up.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I hated it at that time, but those life lessons I still apply today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because my dad apologized for yelling at us for helping him outside because we were kids and couldn't work well. We weren't handy like him.
Yeah, we just stumbling and bumbling.
Y'all can't be my son. Son, hold the board still. Y'all can't be my sons. What's wrong with you?
Hey, my people, don't act like that in public. I ain't gonna, that's why I don't take you nowhere. What are you talking about, Dad? I'm standing right next to your leg. I ain't moved. Like these little kids be in the store running the muck. I'm like, man,
listen.
And what's mom gonna say? The first thing, go out there and help your father. We didn't want to go help him. We go yell at us. Go help your father outside. Dang.
My mom carry around a mobile ass whooping kit.
Mobile
ass.
Yeah. Ain't no way.
Mobile
Back
ass
in the days, that wasn't you were waiting when you got home. You got it then.
Straight in.
You ain't lying.
Right there. They know, and then the other parents will cheer you on and tag team. But you got tired.
Mobile ass.
Don't talk about church. You put that finger up, walk into that bathroom.
Parents bowled a lot. Our parents bowled a lot, so we had to go to the bowling alley. And these kids, you be running around the bowling alley. We be sat right behind our parents. Like my mom be looking at them like, man, you wouldn't. That look like we ain't know, man. We ain't fuck around. We go to the arcade when we start getting a little older, man. But we wasn't, man. My mom's whipped that. She had a spoon, big ass spoon, man. I think it must have been solid plastic, man. That motherfucker had some weight behind it, man. That motherfucker right in the purse, right on the little hook in the purse, little strap. Pull that bitch out, whack up, and go right back to our business, man. Looking crazy.
This nigga said portable ass whooping.
It's funny how they do it so smooth. Excuse me, baby. Yeah, like we were saying, they go right back to the conversation.
You ain't gonna embarrass them out in public. You know what I mean?
Quick ass whooping and get back to the conversation.
You were seen and not heard.
Excuse me, baby. Hold on.
Until they wanted you to dance or something for their friends and shit.
Yeah, come out, sing
something. Hey, do that rap thing you was doing outside. Do that spin on your neck thing you were doing outside.
But but that's why we look now, because like Zach said, they raised men back then. That's why we're looking at, them taking the masculinity out of
those softy ass dudes now.
What the fuck's going on here, man? It's possibly a type of thing.
Damn, I mean, fight. Oh, go ahead, my brother.
I can't blame it on just them, man. It's they put something in the water, man. I ain't gonna put it all on them. Hey, I don't all they fault.
They need them tough old school dad. I know Bill made me go fight that bully. That joker ran me home and he about whoop my ass. Like, you gonna go over there? Don't you ever run from nobody? You run again, you're gonna fight me. I ain't raised no cowards.
I'd rather go get my ass whooped by them than get my ass whooped by my mom and my dad.
But he's big, Dad. He's bigger than me. He's huge. Like, I don't care how big he is.
They hit you, you hit their ass back, and they bigger than you. The biggest motherfucking brick you can find, knock the shit out of them, all ass.
And I whooped that kid's ass too. I mean, Dad made me whoop him. Like, you ain't running from him. I just try to play sick. You ain't sick. Get your butt to school.
I didn't
running.
I was like, with Clark. Outside was the shit, man. Going up.
Yeah.
Playing outside, man.
Hell yeah.
Everything in the world.
Cat tag and all
Man,
that.
you did not want to be in the house.
Chasing girls around.
Yeah. I did not want to be. And you know what? I had a Nintendo and all that other crap. Nobody sat in the house and played that shit until at nighttime.
Right.
And then I had to wait for my dad to get off of it because he was playing Jekyll or Contra or something. He was playing like my dad used to play.
That's how my dad was. My dad would play the game more than us.
Man, my pops then flipped Zelda 4 or 5 times. Flipped Metal Gear Solid. I couldn't even beat Metal Gear Solid.
Damn.
He was beating that game left and right. Man, I was like, yeah.
So my pop was. He would play the video games more than we would, man. But he didn't get to be a kid. He grew up early.
He was a kid when he was a kid.
He was a kid with us.
My mom
come to the park and play ball with us.
My dad was telling us how to find the swords and Zelda and shit like that. How the hell you?
Dad would be at the park right with us, and that's why my friends loved him, man. He was like one of them. My friends used to love Pop, man. He was cool like that. You know, he hung with us.
Yeah.
You saw him. You saw me and my brother. You know, just the 3 Musketeers. We used to call ourselves the 3 Musketeers, man. And now both of them are gone. It's sad, man.
I remember my dad. He was a fast
road dog.
Race with everybody. We used to be racing and shit. One time, he had a kid playing in front. He loaded his ass. He had to get a that's the time we had to get around. Stone. Lord have mercy, Jesus, man. Come on, we used to race to the everybody, all the kids be racing. We out there playing, but that shit meant a lot, man. Like I don't know if these.
Dad would race with the kids.
Right? Yeah, man. My dad was.
Your dad was a cool dad too. Yeah. Cool,
but he was still, I used to call him, back. He was still a mean, but sometimes he had that playfulness in him, man.
Yeah.
I loved him like. But then again, now, like I said, I thank him, man. Like, he for real. I ain't locked the fuck up. Got family of my own now. I ain't, shit. I ain't rich, but shit. I ain't locked up and I ain't on the streets. I'm passing a lot of that stuff on. Some of it, even though like he didn't have a father, so he didn't have a manual for that shit. Though I think we figured between him and my brother, my sister, we figured that shit out, man. How to get from him. All I got from him is make sure you work, man. Like just take care of your people, man.
Yep.
I'm saying.
I miss those carport talks, man. Out them handing wrenches, man. This schooling you about life and giving you the word too. Like, son, what you gonna do with your life, man? Right. All you gonna do is consume and die? Is that what you here for? What you say about you when you die, son? What's your legacy gonna be? I'm 16. I don't know. I'm an idiot. What do I know? But that I still think about that to this day, wanting to leave a mark on the world before I die. he planted that seed as a teenager. Like, I got to do something positive in the world before I go, man. Something, whatever it is.
I really like what that Nipsey Hussle guy's doing out there. You know what he's doing out in Cali, where he's from? He's got like a strip mall, man. He bought a strip mall. He's starting up everyone with their little small businesses, and it's flourishing out there. He's taking care of the community and shit, bro. Like, that's real shit, man.
That's legacy. That's what's missing right now with our people, man. We don't think enough about legacy. It's about short-term gain and not the winning the war. It's about little small wins and nothing bigger than ourselves. We're not thinking bigger than ourselves anymore as a people. It's sad.
You can give somebody $100,000, or you can set them up with a business so they can, give them some residual shit coming in. Let them work for it, but you helping them out and shit like that, man. Like, we don't do enough of that, and it's crazy that the people that when they do it, it's an isolated incident. So that means most of the time it's not happening like it is. Like, the Jewish people are like that all the time. I know a certain place where I live at, a town called Lakewood. They basically took over the whole town. If you do work for a Jewish family to the house and they don't pay you, all you got to go is go to the local synagogue and they will cut you a check. That's crazy. Like,
generational wealth, man. That's what it's about.
What other place, what other community can you you know, you're having a problem, they ain't gonna pay. You go to synagogue, say, hey, this is this, and they cut you a check like that. They're a community. They got their own, you know, ambulance, and they, you know, they got their own. They bought the Board of Education. That's what community. That's when I think of community. A good flourishing community. I think of that. They keep the money inside the community, man. We don't do that. Yep. Us being the the highest consumers of things, we buy more shit than you can boil down. The hottest technology, we're on that stuff. We set trends and shit like that. There's no reason why we can't have more of that, man.
Well, we don't make anything. That's the problem. We're too busy consuming.
Exactly. We don't make anything.
But we do hair and do rims. I mean, a barbershop. We do that,
right?
Yeah, like, but what about long-term wealth building? I mean, that's what if we could ever figure that out. I mean, and that's what Malcolm X was talking about. That's why they had to get rid of him. Yep. You know, the powers that be, because they didn't want him to teach us to be economically empowered, because that would have been game over. Yep. We already had our own business, but integration was the sickest stroke of genius that they had. Is like, hey, you know what? Let them come over here and they'll let their own die. And that's exactly what we did. We let our communities and businesses die, going over to patronize people that hate us. Crazy, man.
You know, them, you know, you'd be surprised. A lot of these foreign countries, they see the bullshit and the rhetoric and all anything else attached to it. They know. You know, it's you know, it's crazy. You know, you see a lot of, you know, Indian people come over. I don't know I don't know the whole gist of how they're set up to where I've seen this gas station that was down the street from my house, and every 5 years a new couple or a new family would come and take over that gas station. I must have went through about two or three families, man, and like I heard that they come over there and they're encouraged to, and they're helped to get businesses. I don't know if they don't pay a certain amount of taxes or something, but very easy to get hotels and shit like that, man, and gas stations and shit. And it must be lucrative because, you know, they keep changing families out and stuff. Like, you're the new owners. Like, wow, okay.
Well, that's the beauty of what they do, in a sense that they have the ethnic enclave economy, because they can't really break into the mainstream economy, so they make their own. It's like Asian people with cleaners and all that, right? They were not, a lot of them weren't bilingual, you know, and so what business could they do of their own? Was food businesses and laundries, and that's basically how people kind of move up the hierarchy, and then eventually move out to suburbia. The next generations tend to Americanize or assimilate, and then so they take the wealth out. People kind of leave the enclave economy out into the mainstream once they assimilate. So it's like a generation or two a lot of times. So you see, like, the third generation Asians, they living out there in the suburbs. They're not in Chinatown and those places. I mean, that's funny. That's beautiful that they take care of their own when they're vulnerable. Okay, you can't make it yet. You can stay in here where it's safe until you're ready.
Yep,
we would never do that.
The crabs in the pot society, and I'm ashamed to say it, man. I just call it like I see it.
They protect the vulnerable.
A lot of
you can't make it out here. You can't speak.
I love my people. I love my people to death, man. But you know, certain places, I will not. You know, I wouldn't kick your damn door down, man. Like, there's some people that's paid the ultimate price for staying in their neighborhoods, man, after they got some kind of success, and people have knocked your door down and killed them all and robbed them. Like, that's it's fucked up, man. But it's like reality and shit, man. You know,
we had psychological warfare on us, and some people, they're still they're still connected to that. They haven't had a chance to see a different way, or maybe they don't want to see a different way. I'm not really sure. Yeah. But I think I think what happens is, if you're not well read, if you don't have someone around you to kind of break those barriers, then you're gonna have what our community has. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you have to understand, you have to want something better for yourself, and then know how to go out and get it. Or if someone's telling you how to go get it, that have the wherewithal to listen. And if you can listen, because a lot of it is you're gonna have to go read some books. You know what I'm saying? But then if you didn't, if you got trouble reading, or you weren't, maybe your parents weren't on you as they should have been in your educational when you was in the educational system, and maybe you slipped through the cracks. You might not know how to read. You know what I'm saying? We
Yep.
know we deal with a lot of our people deal with a lot of insecurities, and it's hard for us to talk about stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot into it. It seems simple, but it's really a lot. And but you have to want to do something different. And when you want to, as soon as you switch your mind and want to do something different, and you become open to listening, then it's gonna be beneficiary for you. Though. I think I think that's a lot of what it is. You know.
Yeah, you had a great point, man. Literacy and more broadly speaking, I'd say undereducation plagues our people, man. It's just like, I mean, it's just literally kids are just not even prepared to win in society. I mean, especially my folks, it scares me, man. We're basically in the information economy, and we're not taught to those skills. I mean, maths and
Right.
sciences, we're going to be left behind in the jobs of tomorrow, and it scares the hell out of me. I'm on task forces about that shit. But it's like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Even in
Yeah.
higher ed, there's an issue with that, man. You know, giving kids going into higher ed, we don't have enough instructors in that field.
Yeah, I keep telling
Our
my
people.
kids, man, like we're moving to automation and into computerization.
Mm-hmm.
If I said that right, and having to learn how to code and understand what's going on with these computers, because that's where it's leaning. I mean, you always gonna have, I think that labor piece, but I mean, I always tell my kids it's two things. It's two classes. It's the labor class and the managerial class. And you have to choose which one you want to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do physical labor, being a forklift driver or working in the warehouse or doing something with your hands and all of that, that's going to be the labor side. If you want to do something with your mind, that's going to be the managerial side. And you have to choose which one you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what do you see yourself doing? And coding, it's a boring job, but it's going to be a very lucrative job. And I just seen an article here in Raleigh where they were saying like they're so shorthanded on
Mm-hmm.
people in that computer field, man. Like they're
India.
they're pushing like all these computer. We got a place here called I forget the actual academy it's called, but like they're pushing people to learn um, coding and all of that type stuff, those industries, and they don't have they're shorthanded,
Yeah.
and there's a bidding war on people that know how to do it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You can make a lot of money.
And they're farming a lot of it out to India. I mean, that's who's doing a lot of the engineering and mathematical stuff and coding and computer work. Yeah, is India.
Wow.
And see, another thing they do too,
I
and
hear
see,
that shit.
a lot of them people, just like with the Japanese and the Koreans and all of that, they come over here, they get educated, then they take it back to their country and grow their country.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing, like, no one, I'm not going to say no one understands, but like that's one of the biggest pieces of understanding why people are doing so much better. It's like they come over here, they learn, and then they take it back to where they from and do their thing. It's just like with Apple, it's probably biting them in the butt now, but they were having an iPhone made over in China. Well, that means they know everything that's going on with your phone. So now all they do is take that and create their own phone companies, and they already have over 2 billion people, and probably a good 1.5 billion of that is adults. So they already have their own economy within their own country where they don't really have to export anything. They could just create stuff and sell it within their own self and grow their country the way it is. I've been watching a lot of documentaries on like that movie that came out, Rich Crazy. What was it? Rich Crazy Asians.
Yeah.
Like they're just now becoming like multi-millionaires.
Yeah.
And they come from them sending their kids out, bring the information back, or because they're this quote unquote third world, or it's lesser to have things made there. Everyone's sending everything there to be made, giving them all the schematics, And then they just take it and create their own thing with their own name on it. Like, it's crazy.
Exactly. And we, I mean, you even see it in higher ed. I mean, it's like our doc students. None of them are domestic anymore. They're all from Asia. I mean, because the ones we do have in domestic applicants. It's funny if we have racist cats sometimes in the department that gets pissed at that. But look at the quant scores. They'll never get through the methods classes. I mean, the quant scores being the 15th percentile and shit. It's like, you can't give you doctoral level statistics and you got a 10th percentile score. I mean, and those are the domestics. Now the Asian cats got 98 percentile and 99 here and there, and they're taking all the spots because I mean they're better equipped on that side of the ball, the quant side. I mean, there's something about America. Our quant skills are terrible, man. I mean, I've seen the register break down and cats can't make change. Like subtraction, man. 20 minus 4. It's 16. I mean, you can't, come on, man.
And you probably remember this too. And you probably remember too, Wide Body. Remember when they were talking about the Japanese kids had to be in school all day and they couldn't, they didn't have any freedoms. They just it was pretty much, they was just learn. Well, this is why now. You know what I'm saying? Like, their government seen something that was like, okay, we have to ingrain our children into education because they knew they were going to be sending them out to go all around, collect information, learn systems, and then bring it back home, and then we grow ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We grow ourselves. So yeah, that's just where we at. And over here, we just, we base we based on capitalism. So it's just all about making money over here. Don't nobody care about nothing. Is it gonna make me a couple dollars? Like, okay, I'm with it. Like, outside of that, that's it.
I see it every semester. At least a third of those kids are there for a credential, man. They don't give a fuck about learning. If you just give them the grade without the class, they take it. They don't care. I mean, but then they can't get a job because when they go and interview, they can't demonstrate any of the competencies, right? Because they didn't learn. They just passed classes. Passing doesn't make you proficient. See, that's my class. I fail you if you don't know what. But that's the thing. People are too busy trying to get them through and wanting brownie points. Like, nah, you're not getting out of my class with a good grade if you don't know shit.
that's what movies like. Right. And that's what movies like. If you watch like Dead Poet Society, if you watch man, what's the other movie, man? It was another one back then.
Paper Chase, they're kind of movies like that too.
What was the one with Matt Damon?
I know what you're talking about.
Him and Robin Williams. I just watched it on Netflix.
I thought that was Dead Poet Society. Maybe I'm wrong. No.
Dead Poet Society had Robin Williams in it too.
Yeah,
but the one with because him and what's his name won an Oscar for the screenplay. Him and Ben Affleck.
Oh man.
And his name is in the name of the title. His character's name is in the name of the title. I can't think of it. But when you watch the because he was like a math whiz or whatever. And but yeah, when you watch that movie, like years later when you watch it, and you those movies are telling you about societal times of like how kids were like, especially like that Dead Poet Society, how kids was just pushed through because their parents had influence. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of kids in these Harvards and Yales, they're not really educated to be there. It's just their people's got money or their parents went there and graduated and they're alum. And now you got to go there. And a lot of them kids don't even be wanting to go there. You know what I'm saying? They just got to do it because it's the family name. And, it's that type of dilemma. But
exactly. Yeah. Totally. Oh, man, I'm trying to find that movie. Nick, I know what you're talking about. It's driving me crazy.
Yeah, I can't think of it.
Oh, Good Will Hunting?
Good Will Hunting. Exactly.
Yep.
Good Will Hunting, man. Like, the reason why I watch a lot of old stuff in a lot of old movies or movies like them Shakespearean movies or movies like Pride and Prejudice and all of that, like they start giving you tidbits of how society was and how it was shaped. And I do it because it gives you an understanding of what's going on now. That's why I watch it. You know what I'm saying? You got to go back to the old and you understand how we got to where we are now a little bit watching those older movies like that, man. Especially like once you become a little more learned than when they first came out. Like at 43 years old, the lectures and books I've read and come across now, I can watch movies now and I have a different ear what I'm listening for and what I'm watching for now than when I first seen it as entertainment. It was just entertainment at first. But now I'm looking at it from a more knowledge standpoint.
Yeah, those old movies. I'm the same way, man. I'm a documentary dude. I watch YouTube all day. That's all I watch. I go to sleep. I don't got cable no more. I just got rid of cable. The cable was pointless when I got YouTube. Because even if your favorite shit will come on there, they'll somebody YouTube will take it down, but somebody will put it back up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I watch a lot of lectures, man. I'm into horror. I'm into like astrology and all that type of stuff. Man. I'm into some whole other shit now, and my mindset is now I'm comfortable where I'm at in life now. It took me 43 years. You know what I'm saying? To finally understand, like be okay with what I believe and be okay expressing what I believe. You know what I'm saying? There was a time where I didn't do that. But now I'm at a point where I'm okay with it now. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to teach my sons. Like my son's 18 and 16, and I'm trying to help them avoid all the pitfalls that I didn't. Everything that I see in them that I seen in me, I'm trying to help them get that out. I'm trying to help them remove that. Indecisiveness, procrastination, laziness. You know what I'm saying? Like all these things, man, because, I don't want them to be 40 and finally get it. If you can get it quicker, then when you're 40, you should be at a more successful place than I am. You know what I'm saying? And not to say, monetarily, I'm just meaning like, wisdom. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. It's 11:30. Talk that stuff. Number 125. Want to thank Clark the Spark, Big Stack, Dap Dunlap, Mike Notes, Mr. Wallace, RTO Beats, That Blessed Girl, Black Mav Music, DJ Rack, Malik X, DJ D Man. Want to wish everyone a lovely, happy, Merry Christmas. The hair to you from us here to Talk That Stuff. Please stay tuned. Everyone's off tomorrow, probably. A lot of videos going out. Check on Facebook, check on IG. It's gonna be crazy. Coming through with the Talk That Christmas live stream coming your way tomorrow evening. DJ WIDEBODY. I'm gonna be on the 1s and 2s and 3s and the 4s.
Yeah.
1, 2. WIDEBODY about to be on 1, 2, 3, and 4. Please don't walk out that door. Thank everybody for tuning in. Peace on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey.
Peace.
Yeah.
Peace. Hey, peace.
I get with ya. Rhymes going from mine. Stacks one of a kind. Watch how it's going to be. Back rhymes on mine. Incline to hit the line. On deep, on time. Coming through with the plan. Yes, I'm getting the win just to check the perfect plan. Stacks head coming with the flow, but awkward. Yeah. Yeah, now. If you ever do it on the project, I want dibs on that, man. I want you to send that one to me. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Peace.
Yes.